fix people's credit so they can live the life they truly deserve. I'm going to talk to you today about cease and desist letters and use them. So if you, we talked yesterday about the 623 letter, which basically is if you get these collection letters from companies, you know, that say, if we don't hear from you in 30 days, we're going to assume this debt is valid, which is really just a scare tactic, quite frankly. You can respond to those a year later. Doesn't really matter. But so the 623 letters where you're asking them to validate the debt. Okay, you're going to want to you're going to want to follow up that communication with what we call a cease and desist letter. We use these all the time because we will start the dispute process for somebody. They may have 10 collections, and you know they hadn't had a phone call from a collection agency in a year or 2 years, and then you start the dispute process, and what happens? Phone starts ringing. It's these collection agencies. They know they're getting notifications that you're disputing this information, and they know, like, uh-oh, this guy's going to get this fixed, and so we got to squeeze all the money out of this person that we can, and we got to do it ASAP. So they're going to start sending you collection letters, and they're going to offer you, you know, they're going to offer you payoffs, all kinds of stuff. But the truth is if you dispute it properly, you're going to make it go away without paying it. That's a different chapter that we've already talked about why you shouldn't pay your collections. But you're going to want to send them, follow up your 623 letter with a cease and desist letter. Cease and desist, okay? It's exactly what it sounds like. You are telling the collection agency to stop all communication with you. Put that in bold letters, but the word stop all communications with me regarding the account that's named above. You're going to have to put the name and the account number on that. But you are telling them that to cease and desist in accordance with the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. You're telling them in writing. Again, you're going to want to print this out, put it in an envelope, mail it certified. Don't do this on the phone. On the phone means absolutely nothing in the collections world. It means absolutely nothing. I can't say that enough. You have to do it in writing. You need to mail it certified mail. Okay. What you're going to want to follow that with is you're also going to tell them that they cannot communicate with you via phone, via writing. They cannot communicate with your family, your friends, or your employment. You want to state that clearly. Okay. They cannot communicate with you in writing, by phone, with your family, your friends, or your employment. Because as you know, well, you might not know, but if you've ever had collections, you know, they call your mom, they call your dad, they call your brother, your sister, and they call your job. They sure enough will call and talk to your boss and tell them, hey, this guy owes us money and we're looking for him. We heard he works there. They do that to embarrass you. And it works. That's why a cease and desist letter is important. You're also going to include in this letter that you're serving warning that you may use telephone recording devices in order to document any telephone conversations that we may have in the future. Obviously, you're probably not going to do that. I can tell you that in the state of Florida, it's a felony to record somebody without their knowledge. I actually seriously doubt if that sentence in the letter will cover you in the state of Florida, but you need to put it in there anyway. And the last thing that you want to put in the cease and desist letter is that if any negative information is placed on my credit reports by your agency after receipt of this notice, this will cause me to file suit against you and your organization. So you're telling them, do not put this information on my credit report. Now, let me just bottom line, okay? That's not necessarily as soon as you say that to them, they have to remove it from your credit report. They don't. They don't have to, but it's a veiled threat on your end. I will tell you what they do have to do is when you deny ownership of debt, not that it's not by fraud or identity theft. I can't say that enough. I am not acknowledging that I owe this debt. You want to say that. But when you send out that 623 letter that we talked about yesterday, until they send back the validation letter, they can't report it to your credit report. So you may get it off your credit report for 15 to 30 days. At some point, they're going to send back some kind of a validation letter. But this is just like disputes with the credit bureaus. This is a back and forth process, a tit for tat. You don't give up. You want to make sure that you make clear that you make no statement as to the validity of the debt. So those are the things that go in your cease and desist letter. Use them. I tell you what, you'll get the creditors off your back. Almost, it's amazing how good these work. They do. They will stop contacting you. They will. So that's the lesson for today. We'll be back tomorrow with another lesson. And as always, peace, love, and good credit. Okay. And I will see you guys.